All right, welcome back to the Man Cave, all you influencers. I'm your host, Black Irish. Got a video from the Whatever group. Before that, just to say thank you for everyone that has been subscribing and hitting up my channel. I greatly appreciate it. And please don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe. That helps the algorithm, helps everyone find this channel, and then we can get more and more content for you. I'm going to try to keep it more current than I have been before, so I can just keep up with the times. I sometimes like to see a video marinate a story, just kind of progress. So before I start making commentary, because that's what smart people do, it's called context. Anyway, with all that said and done, please, if you want, I would greatly appreciate any tips that come my way. This helps me fund all this so I can bring out more content for you, and then you get less nauseating effects of having to watch it like I do. Well, from the Whatever department, we got this lovely little girl that's going to be say something very incisive about misogyny.
Darian Murphy. Do you want to read this one, Rachel? I think it's directed to you.
Yeah.
No, like out loud.
Oh. Here we go. First girl, serious advice. You need to stop making decisions and choices. Find a man in your family who is sensible and who really cares about you. And just take their advice seriously. Also, abandon feminism. It's truly poison. Okay, you guys are all just like really misogynistic. I don't necessarily need a man to tell me. I also have females who can support me. I feel like women and men can both provide that.
Wait,
So
what is misogynistic about his statement here?
Well, I don't know why it has to be a man. Why does that have
What? Honey, what are you talking about?
to be a man? I think the problem
why
is...
is that?
I would
I'm not
say
sure
most
why
of
that's
my-
misogynistic, but
No, not that. I mean, like... never
what's
mind.
how do you define misogyny?
There's a lot of answers up there, Brian.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, how do you define misogyny?
I don't know. I don't like this.
And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is why you don't go around talking about things you don't even understand. Because there's going to be someone that's going to question you out of all the people who just let you get away with it because they don't want to be a bother. There's going to be that one person that's going to come up to you and say, you know so-and-so from this college, right? Oh, yeah, let's go. What was his name again? And now you have to sit there looking stupid. Or what were you studying there? I think I was studying this, this, and this. Yeah, so was I. Yeah, they don't do that at their school. You see what I'm going with this? And look at her face. She is programmed, as all of us are programmed, to say some of the most dumbest things. And no one thinks about it because, you know, it's popular. It's the thing to do. It's like, oh, I'm getting divorced. I'm going to tell people how great it is to be divorced. It's not. It sucks. But we have trends that we follow. And this thing is the whole misogynistic thing, the xenophobic. You realize that, I mean, I'm just going to be really honest. When I was younger, I had no idea what xenophobic was. I thought xenomorph, honestly. But I didn't pretend like I knew what the heck it meant. I really thought it was just like, why would I hate aliens? And I blame aliens for that, because that's what I thought, like a xenomorph, which I also thought was like another way for saying transformer, which was another way of saying alphabet mafia. But, you know, like, you cannot go around talking about something because someone's going to call you out and you're going to look stupid.
What? I'm just asking how you define misogyny.
Holy crap, her CPU broke. Holy crap. No one's ever challenged her before. Holy crap, that is insane. Look at her. She doesn't even know how to respond to it. She's such an idiot.
Mm-hmm. Can I go?
Are you okay? Like, do you want to go as in leave? Is it because I asked how you define misogyny? Is that But
No.
I wanted to make sure
Yes,
that
it
we were
was.
like talking about,
Even in the end, she can't even take
because in
accountability.
a debate, it's very important that both people are talking about the same thing, and both people have things defined.
Well, I'm not going to answer how I'm using this in the context because I have signed a waiver.
Wait, what?
Never mind. I don't.
Yo, look at this. This is the face of the lack of accountability. She just came up with some mumbo jumbo. I have a contract. I can't explain the words that I use. No, all you gotta do is say, I feel embarrassed. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have used that word. You started talking like you knew what you were talking about, and boom. Now you started to come up with mumbo jumbo. This is what they do. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what modern women do. They take words like the modern day feminism. Old school feminists, at least they knew what they were talking about. This generation, they have zero idea what the heck they're talking about. Look at her. She's trying to make excuses.
Do you want to just take a little breather? Or you could just stay at the table. I mean,
No, I'd like to go home if that's allowed.
Because I asked about
Just
how
go
you
home.
define misogyny. That was the precipitating thing. I've said some way more.
I don't know. He's asking me to abandon feminism. It's like, do you even know what feminism is? It's like, hey, I was never the one that's been like sitting here wanting a man to be a man.
Wait,
Just-
what? Well, let's
I'd
talk.
just
Let's
like
try
to
to
go
talk.
home.
Well, let's try to talk it through. Let's try to get to the bottom of this, because it seems like it's a position you're really strong on, and we'd like to hear your stance. Nick.
Even the other girls like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, what the hell? See, I'm telling you, this is what happens when you go ahead and you start talking that smack, and then you don't even realize what you're talking about. You just regurgitate what people tell you to. And then you say it, and it's just like, well, someone's going to challenge me. Look at her. I'm telling you, I'm sorry. They do not bring the best and brightest on these shows, and they do it on purpose. But holy crap.
So let me try to maybe parse what he was saying. So Darian Murphy, he was saying abandon feminism. You object to that, which is fine. You also objected to him saying find a man. You could certainly find like a strong woman in your family to guide you too.
The reality is like, it doesn't matter about other people. Like, the only person that can fix you is yourself.
Yeah. But you can always go to like a parental figure.
Also, you're already talking about like pornography, and like no man is gonna marry yes, there are men that will marry women that do pornography, but you were also talking about how there's a lot of men that are judgmental of that, and like things being potentially online forever.
Yeah.
It's like this is like literally no different for me. Like for me, it's like anyone can look this up. I thought this was gonna be like some little student podcast that like maybe 5 people listen to. I have no idea.
So you went on to a podcast. You didn't do any research. And I'm going to assume, I'm going to look her up. I'm assuming she's done some form of porn. Not because I want to see it. All right, safe. So it's not that I want to see it, but I'm just like, so you went on this guy's podcast. You have no clue who this whatever.com is. So you went onto their podcast and you just thought it was going to be simple. You were going to talk about some nonsense and then keep it moving, right? You didn't think that they were going to ask questions? Like, why you sound shocked that, yes, guys that would marry you are going to be low-hanging fruit. And depending on what type of porn you've done, you've been used by a large amount of men. Let's keep it real. You've been used by a lot of men. Excuse me. And in the process of that, you've done it on film. Kudos for you for making money using the oldest profession. Unfortunately, you're going to have to accept the fact that you're damaged goods.
But okay, so are you just on the adult content thing? Do you object to men having a preference for not dating women who have been engaged in that kind of adult content?
No, I think it's really ridiculous that guys are. Also, I've had a lot of guys sit there and complain about how they're jealous that women can actually go into that profession because a lot of males do not feel like they have a platform in that business. And I do think it's an industry. I do think it's a business. I respect it. It's good. It's dandy. Can I please go home?
If you want.
Well, why did she just leave? So you're talking about how you don't like a man telling what to do, but you're asking a man for permission to leave the table. Make any form of sense. You do porn. Either own up to it or stop doing it. But stop pretending that, like, oh, I don't care what people say, but it's just, but then you're talking as if you're complaining about it. And now you have no idea. Oh my God, I love this Asian girl. She does the most randomest things. I'm not even trying to like get off the, like she's wearing the fucking helmet or sometimes she's carrying the plastic the baby. I'm like, what the hell is her deal?
Want to leave, you can leave. I was hoping we could continue having a conversation, but
let her go.
okay. I mean,
I hope that one in the grayish blue is not a e-girl, because if she's making money, I'm gonna be really pissed off.
I mean, if you're leaving, we can't really offer that.
But man,
okay.
the bar is low.
What? Did it? Bro, I don't know. The chat's like, what? I'm trying to like have a conversation about it. Okay, whatever.
I think that was the first time in her life she was faced with like the truth of and the consequences of her actions, and
I think she was just like gathering like everything she said on here, and it just hit her kind of. I could see that.
And I think that's honestly, I'm going to end the show with this, but I'm going to tell you that she's 100% correct. She's never been challenged. Have you ever noticed that women can dump a guy anytime? She can dump a guy and doesn't care about it, can turn a guy down, whatever, but she gets dismissed by one dude and her whole world comes crashing down. Like, she doesn't know how to respond to it. She doesn't know what to do next. Like, wait, hold on a second. You turned me down? Who are you to turn me down? That type of mentality. And she's never been told, you're for the streets. You're for the internet streets. You are a 304. People have probably just let her get away with it without question. And here you go. You come on this show and someone's just challenging her, like, not just him asking the question, because I watched the show. People telling her, like, you're damaged goods. You're not going to be worth anything. It's the same thing I say for single mothers. Y'all, I know y'all like to hide behind, well, what if he was abusive and this and that? Here's the thing about abusive husbands, and I'm going to be really honest with you. I'm talking to the women. You guys chose that abusive man. You guys knew it and you ignored the red flags. Just like a guy who saw the girl's red flags, y'all ignored it. We ignore it, but own up to it. You saw it and you still decided to do it anyway. The fact of the matter is, you need to take ownership of the fact that you chose piss poor. That child needs their mother and their father, not their mother and their stepfather. So when you make a bad decision, don't say, oh, I can just get another man. Of course you can get another man, but he cannot get another father. No matter how much he wants to step up, he will be restricted in what he can do. So getting to this young lady, you've never been told the truth. You've never been told the truth that, no, the world is not your oyster. No, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. There's a whole bunch of things that you can do with your life. And if you had just realized that your life if you could have taken the time to stop and say, you know what, I don't want to do any of these things, maybe, just maybe, things would have been differently. But you chose not to. You chose to do the porn because it was easier and you could go out and make a whole bunch of money. And kudos for you. That's cool for you. I mean, listen, I got nothing against that. What you got to understand is what happens in the end when it comes crashing down. You know, what happens in the end after you've done it? What is your plan? Because once you've made the money, the internet's forever. And it's forever, and everyone's going to see it. Now, you may get some sucker who's going to go into this, but it's not going to be who you want. And if it is who you want, kudos to you too. But unfortunately, there's a good chance that you may not be too happy with it. And you're going to end up having to settle with that and not take him seriously. But if you're a 304, you're a proud 304, be you. But in the process of that, you need to start understanding every action has a reaction, and there are always consequences between every one of them. Take care, men, and choose wisely.